Hello and welcome to another edition of Resource PNG. Thank you for your company. For this week's program, we will introduce you to a number of companies that are interested in getting in on the mining industry in Papua New Guinea. Earlier this year, Cairns in North Queensland became the place that over 100 companies gathered for the Australia and PNG Mining Resource Exhibition. We spoke with a number of them to find out about their companies. We would like to introduce you to a few of those companies, starting with Clark Equipment. The mining and petroleum industries serve as the backbone of the PNG economy. The extractive industry contributes to a third of PNG's annual budget. The mining industry has very specific needs when it comes to personnel, services, and equipment. Compared to Australia, the PNG mining industry is pretty young, but the standards are the same. So in terms of business, it is the Australians that have more experience in the extractive industry. And seeing that PNG and Australia share a very long history, it was only apt that businesses from both countries came together to see what they could offer PNG. The result was the Australia and PNG Mining Resource Exhibition 2012. That was staged in Cairns in far north Queensland. A supporter of this initiative was Mr. Paul Nerau, a PNG diplomat who serves as the Consular General for Queensland and the Northern Territory.
I'm also very happy to know that Papua New Guinean companies are here. I was delighted to see the Ports Corporation here, TE, and of course PNG Forest Products. The ACCC is here also, exposing and also explaining their role in PNG economy, how they play their role in getting businesses to come to PNG and be involved in our economy in PNG. So it's a win-win situation from my perspective.
These business opportunities will mean jobs for Papua New Guineans, especially those who have already got vocational training, whether in Australia or in PNG.
I like to see a lot of our companies which are going up to establish in PNG or do business in PNG, to look at employing some of our young people. We are sending them down here. For the first intake to 2011, we had 150 students who graduated from the two TAFE colleges. And this year again, we have over 200 who will be graduating out of the colleges. So I'm encouraging those private companies in PNG, as well as here in Australia, looking at opportunity in PNG, to look out for our students. And the way to do it is contact these two institutions, the Far North Queensland TAFE and Barrier Reef TAFE, and get the names and all that so that they can complete the studies and get the trade tickets.
It was rewarding for most companies in that they got to talk to showgoers and other exhibitors. A major sponsor for the event was PNG Ports Corporation.
We see ourselves as being fundamental to PNG.
There were schools, search and rescue equipment, safety equipment, and the very big and the little machines. One of the companies that participated in the Australia and PNG Mining Resource Exhibition was Clark Equipment.
We presently have customers in PNG. We do have fly-in, fly-out workers going into Papua New Guinea. We have several customers up there that we service and support out of Cairns. We also have distribution centres in some ports that are more accessible for us to get into PNG, such as Townsville and out of Brisbane. So we do a lot of business in PNG presently. Clark Equipment are a supplier of construction equipment, and we also do material handling and cleaning equipment. We're the national distributor in Australia for Doosan heavy line, Bobcat equipment, compact equipment, Sakai rollers, Clark forklifts, and Amiga heavy trucks. Clark Equipment has approximately 21 branches Australia-wide, and basically employ about 600 people. We've got 9 branches in Queensland, and then branches as well as sub-dealers that we have in various places like Darwin. Clark Equipment is an Australian-owned company and run from Sydney in Hornsby, where we're the only manufacturer of equipment in Australia. We make the Amiga heavy trucks in Hornsby in Sydney, and that's It's something that I'm very proud of, that we actually are an Australian-owned company, and we're able to support the customers so well through our distribution. It's a good company to work for.
Do stay with us. We shall be back after the break for more. You're watching Resource PNG, and we're featuring companies that were present during the Australia and PNG Mining Resource Exhibition. Mining industry involves a lot of heavy machinery. Two such companies that want in on the PNG market are Best Tractor Parts, and another is Access Innovations.
Best Tractor Parts, mining equipment supplier for Komatsu, Caterpillar, Liebherr, Hitachi parts and machinery. We supply used and new parts to the mining industry. We have a service exchange department where we supply reconditioned parts. We have a hire fleet where we can supply machine to the mining companies to use on site. We have, like with our service exchange program, we supply reconditioned parts to the mining companies. They send us back their failed parts and limits the downtime for the machinery. Basically anything to do with mining we can cover. We can supply a reconditioned part pretty much straight away. The downtime's limited to the freight time it takes to get you the reconditioned part. We employ over 200 people. We have branches, 3 branches in Australia. One's located in Mackay in Queensland, one's located at Singleton in New South Wales, and we have another branch, the head office, which is located in Perth in Western Australia. We'd just like to help anyone, like any companies out there that would require mining equipment.
Welcome New Guinea, Michael Magnuson, Manager of Access Innovations Australia. We're the global #1 for global access systems on graders, dozers, scrapers and excavators. We've developed these from 1995 to today. We were the company that pioneered grader access systems in the world and introduced it. I was an operator back in those days, and I witnessed many slips and falls of fellow operators, and they were our best men, and we lost them with debilitating injuries. So I developed these systems that activate off the park brake, and you activate the park brake, the system lowers, you take the park brake off and the system raises, and you've got 100% view of your blade area and work area as an operator. And it's when you want to pull up and clean your windows or get out, you put your park brake on and all the systems come down, and you've got handrail protection and beautiful walkways and stairways to walk off, and nobody goes home hurt anymore. Well, I was in the coal mining industry for 21 years, and I had an earth moving company myself before that. Then we started this company in '95. My father ran it up till 2007, and I retired from being a dragline and dozer operator in the coal mines, and became the manager of the company, and we've developed a whole new product line. It's a lot more compact, a lot less involved, and a lot less cost to put on for mining companies. And it's very good, and it's the #1 in the world. We're rated #1 in the world with these pieces of equipment. So we're very proud of that, and it's saving all the operators, and all your experienced operators come to work and they go home at the end of the day in the same condition. Well, we've got these designs patented in Canada, and we've got them patented in the USA and South America and Australia also. We have not exported anything into America, but at the moment we're seeking companies to be licensed to manufacture for us in America and Canada and South America. But we're all over Australia. We manufacture in Queensland, and we ship to Western Australia to the iron ore mines, and also the salt mines of Dampier Group over in Western Australia. Then we do all the Rio Tinto and BMA and Estrada in Queensland and New South Wales. Well, these access systems, if you fit these on your graders and dozers and scrapers and excavators, you reduce your LTIs to 0 on access, which is the major thing, and your experienced operators who are a bit older, you're looking after them getting on and off the machines, and they're there every day to be a mentor and a guide to the younger operators they're training. When I started this system, I lost my mentor in 1989. He fell off a 16G grader and got brain damage. And he never came back to work, and he was 54 years old and had 40 years experience on a grader. And we lost that man because he didn't have an access system on a grader. So that's why we developed these access systems. And I was at Tarong Coal in Queensland as an operator, and they bought the first access system we developed. And I could sit there on my D9 bulldozer pushing scrapers, watching the grader go past every day. And we got these machines perfect, and Rio ordered 4 off us in that mine straight away. Then the sister company, Blair Athol Coal, ordered 3. Weeper ordered 5. And it just went like that through Rio Tinto because they were proven.
Do stay with us. After the break, we have a company that organizes other companies and the Cathedral School of Queensland. Thank you for staying with us. A company can start up, but to get better, its systems have to be efficient. A company called QSafe Solutions focuses on that very principle. And schools play a major role in defining the type of career path a person takes. We talked to the Registrar of the Cathedral School of Queensland. And mining activity can have serious impacts on the environment. A company called Environex specializes on solving such issues.
My name's Andrew Gissinger, and I'm the Managing Director of QSafe Solutions. QSafe Solutions provides quality, safety and environmental consultancy services across all industries. I suppose our specialty is writing systems and developing systems that meet business requirements, but also meet the requirements of international standards such as ISO 9001, ISO 14001, the International Standard for Safety 18001, and many other standards. We're not really after any particular niche in Papua New Guinea. We do a lot of works with PNG ports, Curtin Brothers, and we do work throughout the Pacific in East Timor as well as Fiji and other islands. Our services are really focused around making businesses operate better and protecting the workers of that business, whilst also protecting the business itself. QSafe, we've got our main offices in Townsville. We've got an office in Brisbane. We've also got company in Papua New Guinea. Our current workforce sits between 15 and 20 people, depending on what projects we have, because we have staff embedded in organisations such as Santos. We've just finished a contract with PNG Ports where we had staff embedded there as well. So our workforce fluctuates, but our core is around 15. From a PNG mining perspective, I think we have a lot to offer in practical safety advice, practical solutions, as well as preparing them for becoming a certified organisation against international standards. It's very important that from the outside looking in, from a credibility perspective, is for these mines and these construction companies and organisations to achieve the standards.
Hi, I'm Tony Lanphier from the Cathedral School in Townsville. I'm the registrar, which means I'm in charge of enrolments, inquiries and preparing all new students for introduction to the school. Well, the Cathedral School's 95 years old, so it's got a very, very long tradition and an excellent reputation. It's a day and a boarding school for boys and girls. We start at prep and go all the way through to year 12, but boarding places are just for years 7 to year 12. And we cater for both Australian and international students. From year 8, all students, both boys and girls, do design and technology, which is our introduction to trade, particularly woodwork area. And as they go up through the years after that, that's an optional subject. And for those who are particularly interested in a trade pathway, we give them the opportunity to do additional courses at the TAFE College. The Barrier Reef Institute of TAFE is only 1 block away from our school, which is quite handy. So students can be enrolled in TAFE courses, and in Year 11 and 12, those who are particularly interested in vocational training rather than preparation for university can take on extra work experience and school-based traineeships or apprenticeships, so that while they're completing their senior studies, they're also getting valuable workplace training.
My name's Grant Smith. I work for Environex International. I'm the Queensland and New South Wales Manager of Operations. Environex International are a specialty chemical formulator. We manufacture and supply chemicals to a broad array of industries. Obviously of particular focus for us being involved with this exhibition are our mining and water treatment products. Particular focus for us up here is a product called Crustex. Crustex is a dust suppressant, and it's one that we believe is going to be very important for the mining industry over the coming period. The Crustex is very important for a number of reasons. It's quite a simple product really. It's a dust suppressant, and a lot of the mining sites are having significant issue with dust already. We're just about to come into a very hot, dry summer period. A lot of these sites are going to face potential shutdown periods of time due to non-compliance with dust-related issues.
Well, that's one way of approaching environmental concerns. We'll have more when we return. We will look at 3 more companies that were involved in the Australian PNG Mining Resources Exhibition 2012. One of the major sponsors of the exhibition was PNG Ports. We talked to their Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Tessa. Tropic Air is another company we spoke with, since they provide charters to most projects in PNG. And Spill Station Australia is another company that provides support during the small mishaps that can happen on site. We talked to their National Operations Manager.
We're very excited to be here. We see ourselves as fundamental to PNG and the livelihood of PNG and its population, and we just need to get much closer to the importers and exporters in PNG itself. So that's the reason we're here. We just want to be close to these people who are going to be working and delivering livelihood into PNG. That's right, we've got 16 ports and therefore a lot of infrastructure. At the moment we are just trying to get the infrastructure up to a good standard, so we are able to service all these people who want to bring commodities into PNG.
Tropic Air, we are a fixed wing charter company working out of Port Moresby as our base, and we go up to a lot of the mine sites and support them with the movement of their staff backwards and forwards. We do some freight movements. We also do a lot of medevac stuff as well for the mine sites as well. So we fly everywhere with our aircraft. So we got our B200s and a C90, and we've got 3 caravans and a new one arriving at the end of the month. So yeah, so we started off with 1 aircraft back in 1998, and now we've got 7 by the end of this month. So we're starting to grow quite substantially. So, well, currently we're just focusing mainly on the mining sector at the moment. We're trying to get some long-term contracts in place for our business in particular, because we do a lot of ad hoc charters, and it makes it hard for us obviously to plan ahead when you're just getting ad hoc business. So what we're doing at the moment, part of my role, is to try and secure some long-term contracts with some companies, mining companies. That'll help move them, make it a little bit more seamless for them to get in and out, and which will save them downtime when getting, say, on the commercial operation side of things. So it saves them going through the commercial side of things through obviously Air Niugini Airlines, PNG. So what we're doing is trying to provide that service and that link and help with downtime and, as I said, making certain that they reach their destinations on time. Well, I think for the fact that we are particularly focused on charter work. We are specialists in charter, And as I say, we focus very hard on making sure the safety aspect of the business is there, but the customer service side of things, and providing a service that is tailored to their needs rather than the other way around. And in some cases, a lot of the mine sites have to tailor to what the commercial business can give to them, whereas we go the other way. We try and tailor our business, our work, to them. Go everywhere in PNG, into most ports and most of the mine sites. So, as I say, we're quite large. We've grown from 1 aircraft to 7 aircraft. So, as you can see, we're growing quite quickly, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll have another couple of aircraft.
The company has 20 employees with 5 branches across Australia: Cairns, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. We have been running since 1983, and we have been working towards the environmental protection of Australia and the South Pacific, and also internationally for those years. Okay, Spill Station Australia supplies environmental protection equipment, so portable bunding and spill kits, also safety shower and eye wash units. We supply directly to the retail market as well as through distributors throughout Australia, Papua New Guinea and the Pacific. So basically we help those mining companies comply to the occupational health and safety regulations and also the Environmental Protection Agency's regulations. So we supply those sort of products and solutions so they can be compliant to occupational health and safety regulations as well as the environmental regulations and protection of the environment. Okay, so business in Papua New Guinea, I would say that it would be the best point of call to go through the stages and to investigate areas within your business where you can affect the environment and where you can affect your workers and having their occupational and health and safety at the highest of your priority. Yeah, I'd just like to say that Spill Station Australia is distributed through Bishop Brothers Engineering in Papua New Guinea. They have 8 branches across PNG and 1 branch in the Solomon Islands, and you can buy our products directly from Bishop Brothers for Spill Station Australia.
You're watching Resource PNG. When we come back, we'll have a look at First Response Australia and PNG Forest products. Most mining and petroleum projects operate in very remote locations, so these companies have to put extra care into looking after their employees' welfare. The industry has to provide infrastructure wherever it operates. PNG Forest Products has much to do in this area. We spoke to their building services manager, John Scullen. That's a little later. While on the issue of remote locations, a company that has provided much training in handling emergencies is First Response Australia. We talked to one of their senior trainers, Mr. Robin Tangiria.
First Response Australia does all the first aid training, from 2 days training to 6 days to diploma level, which is paramedical sciences, which is a 12-day course, and an EMT or emergency medical technicians course, which is a 12-day course as well. We, First Response Australia, involved in all levels of training, including the supplying of all the medical equipments, emergency equipments, medical equipments, hospital equipments, all over Australian mining companies, New Zealand and PNG. We have about 5 trainers, so depending on the level of courses we are conducting in PNG, if it is depending on the participants, if it is more than 10, we have about 2 trainers at a time. If it is more than less than 10, then we have 1 trainer at a time. Yeah, First Response Australia has been dealing and working with PNG mines, especially Tawubil, for the last 3 years. Wafi, which we will be starting off in January 2013, and Lihir, which we have been working with them since 2009, especially to do with low voltage rescue training. So we do all levels of training depending on the our clients' needs. That is from 2 days to 5 days to 7 days to 12 days.
Well, PNG Forest Products is a very diverse company. The basis of the company started with gold mining in the 1930s, and then in the 1940s and 50s ventured into timber, which is using predominantly pine plantations in the Bololo Valley. So the company, if you want to ask what we do, we generally downstream process plantation timbers, and we mainly downstream process them into plywood, general timber products and buildings for housing or offices, classrooms and these type of things. PNG Forest Products nationwide employs about 1,800 people. The majority of those people are employed in Bololo in the production facilities, but we also have an office in Port Moresby, which is mainly concerned with the New Homes brand and with our construction division. We also have a dispatch area in Lae, which is situated at Voco Point, and that's our dispatch centre for the whole of the country for our products. Well, I think that with PNG at the moment having a very buoyant economy, we're mainly focusing on the local market, but certainly for the future, we're looking at expanding more into Australia. We currently export plywood to Australia, but also there's a big opportunity in Australian and New Zealand markets to export our buildings, as well as general timber products as well. So that's pretty much where we'd be looking at expanding if we had to. I think that it's a good example of a company, a very sustainable business, in that we utilise our own hydroelectric power to power all our facilities in Bololo. Also utilising the pine plantations, which are managed very well by the PNG government, and they'll be there forever. So a fantastic example of a company that can take a little seedling of a little tree and turn it into a house or plywood, or go the full circle to downstream process that resource, a very valuable resource, a sustainable one for PNG.
Have you ever wondered how major mining and petroleum companies get their brilliant merchandise? We spoke to a company that specializes in branding and marketing, stateside promotional merchandise. That when we return. Merchandise, how can you not like them? That takes a lot of creativity. We talked to a company called Stateside Promotional Merchandise. They've been in the business for several decades, and on a more serious note, we spoke to a company called Biotropica. Biotropica's specialty is in environmental conservation and monitoring. They have made some interesting findings during their time in PNG.
I'm Jan Carter and I'm the sales manager at Stateside Distributors. That's in Brisbane. It's a promotional company that's been around for 35 years in Brisbane, who looks after majorly mining accounts, large construction companies, oil and gas companies, grassroots type industries. It specialises in branding promotional products and advising on promotional products as part of the marketing mix for companies as rewards, initiatives, gifts and so forth, safety incentives for mining, construction, oil and gas, the usual industries. We look after well-known brands like Seiko, Parker, Leatherman, large brands like this that we can actually do if you're talking about promotional products. If you're talking about large companies, we look after BHP, Xstrata, Rio Tinto. We've got quite a large client base. Caterpillar of Australia, we are licensees to Caterpillar of Australia, and we have been for over 35 years, so it's a long time to have had an account. And I have seen 4 name changes with BHP from early Utah days through to what it is today, BMA. That's the coal division of BHP Billiton. Well, we'd like to do more, obviously, in Papua New Guinea. We used to do quite a lot there, and with Porgera, the old Missima mine when it was there. We've got Simberi we do work for, and Anatua Drilling. So we'd like to sort of extend that client base and do more for them, and help them with their safety initiatives and in advice on products that the people may be useful for your type of people that are in those mines, and workwear, all of that sort of thing. Yeah. But business is a long-term business. It's been around a very long time, and of course we're well known in these industries. We've got large client bases, and we're Australia-wide and international. So it's it's a big company.
My name's Nigel Tucker, and I'm the principal of Tropic Air Australia. We're environmental consultants. We work in a diverse range of fields. I guess we have a strong focus on tropical forest management, and our staff have a diverse array of skills in terms of botany, zoology and ecology that are quite specific to rainforest ecosystems. We're a very small company of only 14. And I guess, as I mentioned, we're highly specialised in what we do. There aren't that many companies that specialise solely in the management of rainforests, and it's a skill that we're proud to call our own. I guess Biotropic has worked with OTML, with Octeti Mining, and also with SO Highlands Limited on the PNG LNG project. Specifically, our skills have been used, first of all, in terms of forest survey. So any pre-construction kind of survey, I guess for ExxonMobil, we've probably surveyed upwards of 200 sites. And so obviously once we move to construction, we have some very specific skills in terms of reinstatement. That is the rehabilitation of damaged areas post-construction, but also in weed management as well. And I guess weed management and reinstatement kind of go together. Providing you get the weed management right, reinstatement will look after itself. Well, I guess weeds are an issue of management everywhere. I mean, whether you're a gardener, whether you're a farmer, or whether you're a forest manager as we are, weeds are a problem. And I guess all of us need to take some responsibility, because weeds are collectively costing Papua New Guinea and Australia and all of the Pacific, in fact, millions upon millions of dollars in lost production. I think it's really critical that we also recognise that weeds are a significant problem in terms of forest conservation. There are a number of weeds which are able to stop rainforests regenerating. There are a number of vines, for instance, which are now established in a lot of parts of Papua New Guinea, which have got the potential to really stop forests recovering. And that, I think, is the secret, is that Papua New Guinea's forests are very robust, they're very strong, they can recover well. But once we start to put pressure on them, those recovery processes don't work so well. And weeds are one of the things that delay that recovery process. Papua New Guineans know better than anyone that Papua New Guinea is one of the most biodiverse countries on earth. I really would like to be able to work with as many companies as possible in Papua New Guinea who are interested in working to better the lives of Papua New Guineans, but also to protect Papua New Guinea's remarkable biodiversity.
That does it for another week on Resource PNG. Thank you for staying with us. If you want to watch this presentation again, you can visit our Resource PNG page at www.mtv.com.pg. And you're most welcome to email us if you have any suggestions. Until next time, have a pleasant week.